Welcome back, guys, for round 3 of my first full LNR Team vs Team Championship. Guys, please, if you haven't watched the first 2 rounds, then be sure to go check them out. Spoiler alert, I got a podium in round 1 and it's been a really good season so far. So go check those out before you watch this one. As you saw there on the loading screen, this race took place at the Nurburgring GP and it was a GR3 race. Unfortunately, I had server issues the whole day, so my first lap of the day was my one qualifying lap that I put in, and it was good enough to get me 6th on the grid. The majority of drivers opted to go for the Beetle, and only 2 out of the 12 went with the Porsche. I was really excited for this race, so let's wait for these lights, and guys, let's get started. There are the lights, let's get revving up. And away we go. Again, having a decent start here. Started on the inside. Taking it nice and easy into turn 1. You can see the extent of how many Beetles there are on the track with only those 2 Porsches. Pace and twin cam side by side here as we go through turn 2. Into turn 3, still side by side, and turn 4 still side by side. Here we go, caddy diving on my inside here, gives me a little bit of a tap there on the exit, but all good hard racing. Really close. Twin cam and pace still side by side as we go into the S's here, and eventually they're single file. You can see there the first look of the Porsches, Kenny Shep and Berries behind me. And so far, a nice good first lap. And very exciting as we go through the Schumacher S's here. Having lots of fun. Dropped down 1 position from where I started, so I started 6th, dropped down to 7th now. And looking now to round off lap 1 as we go into the straight. Into the final chicane now, braking at the 100-meter board. You'll see here we're all cutting the chicane quite a lot, so you get away with that in this game. Been having quite a moment there coming out of the corner with oversteer and into the final corner to round off lap 1. So the order is Peetham, Binty, Not Stinky, then in 4th place is Pace, 5th Twin Cam, 6th is Caddy, myself in 7th, Berries in 8th, and Phantoms in 9th. Continuing now on lap 2, you can see that I've chosen to start on the medium tires once again. I think the majority of us started on the medium tires. It was just the strategy to go with. Unfortunately, there were some split strategies. I didn't do enough testing, and unfortunately on race day had a lot of server issues, so connection was not possible during the day. So I did no practice races or testing, so I went into this one completely blind. And yeah, so I started on the mediums and opted to go for a 1-stop race. There are some drivers, as you'll see later on, that decided to do a 2-stopper. So a driver in front of me, Caddy, he actually stops at the end of lap 3. So he starts on the mediums but then opts to go 2-stopper and stops for a soft set of tires and another soft set of tires. And guys, around this track I didn't do much practice, but the time difference between a set of softs and mediums was at least a second, if not a second and a half. So unfortunately didn't work my strategy out right for this one, but still had a good race as we ending off lap 2 here. Still keeping up with the front pack, the front 6. Trying to just get into my race rhythm now. And on to lap 3 we go. Okay guys, let's fast forward now to lap 6. So as I was saying before, the strategies were different. So I've stayed out on my medium tires on lap 6 now we're going on. And Caddy has made his pit stop already. As I said, he stopped at the end of lap 3. So he's on fresh soft tires. So you can see he's really in a hurry to get past me here. He doesn't want to waste any time behind me because he knows any time he loses behind me will only affect him badly. So he's really pushing to get past me here. Some awesome stuff. Trying to go around the outside. Unfortunately couldn't make that one work. Looking here. Gets a brilliant exit on me here. Got the extra traction on those soft tires. My worn medium's really starting to suffer. And over here as we brake into the hairpin, unfortunately he brakes with me, but for some reason just gives me 2 taps off the line. I think he was just in such a hurry to get past that he didn't want to waste any more time and pushed me off the racing line and went about his race like that. So we go up through the Schumacher S's now. You can see I'm also carrying a 0.9 penalty. That was just my mistake in the final chicane. I unfortunately cut it a bit and it gave me a penalty. And around this track, very difficult to bleed a penalty, so you'll see I carry this penalty all the way until my pit stop. Gonna fast forward now to the next lap, lap 7. You can see now another 2-stopper is Pace. He also opted for that strategy, and I'm really falling back now into these 2-stoppers. So Pace also on brand new soft tires, and just behind him you can see that Porsche of Berries, another 2-stopper. So my strategy not the best call for myself, but I just had to make the best of it. I'd already committed to the 1-stopper. So on lap 7 now, here you can see Pace just superior traction on the outside. I decide, you know what, he's already passed me and there's no cars close behind me, let me try and bleed my penalty a bit. So I brake there. Fortunately it didn't work at all, so still carrying the 0.9 penalty. And now you can see there's a Porsche hunting me down. Really starting to struggle on these tires now. Understeer and oversteer, cars all over the place. There's no real balance in it, so losing a lot of time. I just have to try and be as consistent as possible and just keep running my race. I was only planning on stopping on lap 8, so I've still got another whole lap to do on these tires. You can see Berry's really closing up now on those fresh softs. Right up behind my gearbox now. Berry's here really breathing down my neck, looking for the move on the inside here. I leave him space on the inside just in case, and we both make it through here. Fortunately he wasn't able to stick the move for himself, but fortunately for me I held on to my position for now. Again, as we go into turn 3 here, he has a look. A little bit of a late look, gives me a tap wide. He acknowledges it though, so I appreciate that from him, and he lets me go and slots in behind me here, and only now resumes racing me. As we go through the S's here, all over the back of me. Into the bottom hairpin here, right-hander. At this point I'm just trying to hold on to my life here, trying to just hold on to the car and not make any mistakes, because I was going to be pitting at the end of this lap. And the worst thing now would be if I had to go off and make a mistake and lose further time on these 2-stoppers. You can see now another driver really benefiting from my slow pace is Twin Cam. He also did a 1-stop race, but he stopped on lap 7, so he's already on the soft tire. so he got the undercut on me, and you can see he's really benefiting on me being slow and holding up berries as well. So I've decided to come in for my pit there. I bled my penalty on pit entry, coming into my pit box, changing onto the soft tire now and refueling so that I can get to the end of the race. I also did not save as much fuel as I would have liked, so that cost me a lot of time in the pits here, but just got to get my head down now, try and see if I can overtake these guys in front of me and see if I can make up some time on the guys who made a 2-stop. So let's fast forward again, now on an onboard lap, that next lap, my first proper lap now on soft tires as we're ending our out lap here from the pits. You can see Monty here in front of me. Haven't raced this guy much yet in Pool A, so I was really looking forward to going wheel to wheel with him. And as we start lap 10 now, I'm on my first lap of soft tires, and he's already stopped quite a while ago, so his soft tires are a bit worn. As you can see there, him struggling on turn in, really catching him under braking. And through turn 2 here, and again on the brakes turn 3, managing to keep a much tighter line than him and get a better run out of here, and got a brilliant run on him. And for some reason he pulls over to the right here and decides to let me pass. So I for some reason don't know why he did that, but I did appreciate that. Was looking, like I said, looking forward to racing with him, but he let me pass and released me, so appreciated that. And now it was just time to focus on the cars ahead of me and to keep pushing and see how far up the grid I could go. As we're finishing our onboard lap here, you can see Kenny Ship pulling into the pit lane. So he was another 2-stopper. So he's pulling in to take his second set of soft tires now. And that has put me in 7th place. But wait, his teammate Berries comes out in front of me. And he's just put on new soft tires. My tires are already 2 laps old. And now it's all about just trying to be consistent and trying to catch him. But that tyre advantage he has on me really caught me out, and his strategy really worked for him. So let's fast forward, guys. Lap 15 now, going on to the straight, to the final lap. As you can see, unfortunately wasn't able to catch Berries. His superior tyre was just too much for me to handle, and he was a lot more consistent with that tyre. My tyres, you can see now, are really quite worn if you look on the bottom left there. So I was really struggling. You can see there on the exit of turn 1, struggling for grip. Kenny Shep also stopped, remember, to take his second set of softs, so he was also hunting me down. So this last lap was really just survival, trying to bank the points. My teammate there, Not Stinky, sitting in 3rd at the moment on a podium position, so I knew we were going to get good points as a team. So I just really had to finish in 8th and try and get these points done. It was a tough race. I wish I had done some more practice and testing, and like I said earlier, if I had been able to practice on the day, it would have helped a lot just to get my eye in. But it is what it is, and you just have to take it as it comes. Going through the Schumacher S's here for the final time. Up the hill. Taking the left-hander and then the long right-hander. Great view of the grandstand there in the back. Down the hill onto the straight for the final time. actually just grateful that I was able to do this race. I was only able to connect to the servers literally 5 minutes before the race started, and so very grateful that I could do this. Over the chicane and into the final corner, and that is round 3 wrapped up, guys. 8th position. I'll take that after the day that I had, and I'll take those points. Nice one. And just to recap your top 3, Peetham in first, well done to him. Bunty in second, and Not Stinky in third, getting another podium, so well done to my teammate. And yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching, really appreciate it. If you're enjoying the content, please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Cheers.